Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now you have the names. So we're gonna start by recording the steps for the technique. So remember, it's like a science experiment. So we're gonna look at the first one, which is wash. That's the first technique that we're working on. I'm gonna tell you the steps on how to do a wash, and then you're gonna have to take a few minutes and then predict what you think it's gonna look like. You'll write down one or two things. It doesn't have to be full sentences, just something that you think it's gonna look like. And then once we try it out, you're gonna write your observations, what really happened. Okay? So for the wash, make sure you write this down. There's 4 steps. Go ahead and write it down, Roberto.
Wash?
So on the wash, you can see where it says steps.
Uh-huh.
For the first step, you're gonna use lots of water.
Just put a lot of water.
Lots of water. Or a lot of water. A little bit of paint is the second one.
A little bit, paint.
Yes.
Alright.
And then your third step would be to paint in even strokes.
Even strokes.
Yes.
Paint. Even strokes. Got you?
And then the fourth would be just to cover the entire area.
Cover the entire area. Got you.
Okay, so I'm gonna not yet. Based on the steps to do this watercolor technique, what do you think is gonna happen? What are your predictions? You gotta write this down before we try it out.
Alright,
So if you're using lots of water and you're using a little bit of paint, what do you think it's gonna look like? Very light, go ahead and write that in.
very light and watery.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's a really good prediction. Okay.
That's when you heard it so long.
So let's try, we're gonna try, I'm gonna show you first and then you try it on your paper, okay? So I gave you the 3 primary colors.
Uh-huh.
So you already did the color theory part, so you already know how to mix, to get one color. If you wanna do a specific color, you can do that, mixing it on here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use one color for this part. And I'm grabbing water with my brush and dropping it in here. So it said a lot of color and a little bit of paint, right?
I mean, a lot of water and a little bit of paint.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of color and a lot of paint. I don't know.
So it is a lot of water and a little bit of paint. So I put a lot of water in this empty, in an empty spot, and a little bit of paint, and I'm adding more water to it, so it's super watery, right? And then what does it say? What do you do after you mix the paint and the water?
Even strokes.
Even strokes. So I'm using a flat brush, so I'm gonna lay it down like this, and I'm gonna do even strokes going in this direction.
That's dope.
Okay? So now go ahead and try it on yours.
Can I do it now?
Yes. So I'm covering my whole area.
So first I move a little bit of paint in a separate one?
Yes. Just the tip of your brush. A little bit of paint. You might want to use a thinner brush for the mixing. And then when you paint on it, you can use a thicker brush.
It's not about your money, money.
That's your little bit of paint?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm using big.
Use the bigger one. Just to drop a lot of water in there.
I got this little sponge on here.
You can use it for that. Just don't touch the paint with it yet. I think that's enough water.
Right.
Go ahead and try it
I'll
out.
get a little bit more paint.
Look at what mine looks like.
Let's do it.
I think yours might have too much paint.
For real?
It might. Maybe you should do it here. Just add water to this one. I think that's good.
I wanted to use this one.
Because it's supposed to be a wash. Lots of water and a little bit of paint.
Bam, I got to wash.
Go ahead and paint it on.
I cheated, huh?
Make sure you do it on the right square. The one that says wash. Looks good. You're using red paint. What does it look like? It looks like pink, huh? I think that's good.
We left the first, we left,
So what happened? Can you record your observations? What happened? Were your predictions right?
That's my prediction was right.
Okay, so write down what your observations were. So your prediction is going to start fading away. So let's go ahead and mix.
Blue, rojo. I mean, that's
Paint.
not rojo, that's red.
Yeah.
I mean, azul, right?
You're gonna mix paint with water. Remember, you don't need a lot of water. So just dip it in your water once and then grab paint. So it could be a little more like thicker than the one you use for the wash, but it also has to be watery enough to be a wash.
I put 4 dabs of paint.
Okay. You wanna watch me first? Come on. Look over here, Roberto.
Alright, let me grab my paint. Alright, okay, I'm ready.
So look, I'm gonna start with doing a few strokes first, and then I'll start adding water to it, right?
Okay.
So my first strokes are coming out really dark, and then I'm dipping my brush in water every time I do another stroke.
So you gotta keep dipping your brush in water.
You just keep adding water as you're painting.
So can I start?
Yes, you can start.
So it's grounded brush.
You're gonna do a few strokes at the top, then dip your brush in water, kind of clean it off.
I got it on the table.
It's okay, we can clean it off.
yeah, okay.
No more paint? Nope. Roberto?
Look, I didn't put no more paint.
Yes, you did. Just dip it in the water.
Okay. Here we go. Just start.
You need to clean it. You need to clean it off.
Okay.
That doesn't look like a gradient wash.
No, it does.